John Hancock was a key figure in the early days of the American Revolution, a patriot whose contributions to the cause of independence from Great Britain have had a lasting impact on American history. While he is perhaps best remembered today for his bold and flamboyant signature on the Declaration of Independence, Hancock's life, work and influence went far beyond that. As a wealthy merchant, a political leader, and a prominent figure in the struggle for independence, Hancock's legacy is intertwined with the foundational moments of the United States of America. John Hancock was born on January 23, 1737, in Braintree, Massachusetts, now Quincy, to a well-established Puritan family. His father, John Hancock Sr., was a minister, and his mother, Mary Hawke, came from a family of wealth and prominence. Unfortunately, John Sr. died when John was just a young boy, leaving his wife and son with a significant inheritance. His uncle, Thomas Hancock, a wealthy merchant, took John under his wing and helped raise him, becoming a father figure to the young man. Thomas Hancock's success in trade would later play a pivotal role in John's future endeavors. Educated at the Boston Latin School and later at Harvard College, John Hancock showed early academic promise, graduating from Harvard in 1754 at the age of 17. After his graduation, he joined his uncle's thriving mercantile business, which primarily engaged in trade with the West Indies. Upon his uncle's death in 1764, John inherited the entire estate, which included substantial wealth and numerous trading interests. His newfound fortune made him one of the wealthiest men in the colonies and provided him with the resources to play a significant role in the political and social movements of the time. As Hancock's wealth and status grew, so did his interest in the political affairs of the colonies. He was deeply concerned with the increasing interference from the British Crown, particularly in the form of taxes and economic restrictions. One of the key moments that sparked his political activism was the passage of the Sugar Act in 1764, which placed taxes on various goods imported to the American colonies. This was soon followed by the Stamp Act of 1765, which required the colonists to purchase stamped paper for legal documents, newspapers, and other printed materials. Hancock, already a member of Boston's merchant elite, was an outspoken critic of these policies. In 1765, he publicly supported the Boston-based protests against the Stamp Act. He also joined forces with other prominent Bostonian leaders, such as Samuel Adams and James Otis, who were rallying against the British-imposed taxes. This marked the beginning of Hancock's political career and his commitment to the cause of colonial liberty. Hancock's influence only grew as he became increasingly involved in the political structure of Massachusetts. He was elected to the Massachusetts General Court, the state's legislative body, in 1766, and in 1769 was selected as a member of the Massachusetts Provincial Assembly. Throughout his time in these positions, Hancock was known for his fervent opposition to British rule and his vocal support for American colonial rights. As a successful merchant and landowner, he represented the interests of the urban merchant class and was an advocate for the rights of the people of Massachusetts. Perhaps one of the most significant events in Hancock's life occurred in 1770, the Boston Massacre. On March 5th of that year, British soldiers stationed in Boston opened fire on a crowd of colonists, killing 5 individuals and injuring many others. The massacre deeply outraged the people of Massachusetts and heightened tensions between the colonists and the British government. Hancock, who was an influential figure in Boston, used the incident to galvanize public sentiment against British rule. He lent his support to the families of the victims and advocated for justice in the aftermath of the massacre. In the wake of the tragedy, Hancock also used his wealth and influence to help fund the colonial resistance. He became a key member of the Boston Committee of Correspondence, which was formed to maintain communication among the colonies and coordinate efforts to resist British policies. Hancock's role in these organizations solidified his reputation as one of the leading voices for independence in Massachusetts. As tensions between the colonies and Great Britain continued to escalate, Hancock found himself increasingly at odds with the Crown. One of the most pivotal moments in Hancock's life came in 1774, when the British government imposed the Intolerable Acts in response to the Boston Tea Party. These laws were designed to punish Massachusetts for its role in the protest and restrict the autonomy of the colonies. Hancock, along with other colonial leaders, saw this as an attempt by the British government to exert even greater control over the American colonies. In 1774, Hancock was elected as a delegate to the Continental Congress, which convened in Philadelphia to address the colonial crisis. At this Congress, Hancock emerged as a prominent leader, advocating for a united response to the British threat. His leadership and vision for the future of the colonies helped to shape the direction of the Continental Congress and set the stage for the eventual Declaration of Independence. Hancock's most famous moment came in 1776, when the Continental Congress voted to declare independence from Great Britain. As the president of the Continental Congress, Hancock had the honor of being the first to sign the Declaration of Independence. His signature, large and bold, became an enduring symbol of defiance against British tyranny. It is said that Hancock signed his name in such a conspicuous manner because he wanted King George III to be able to read it without his spectacles. While Hancock's signature is the most well-known aspect of his involvement with the Declaration, his role in the Continental Congress was far more extensive. As president of the Congress, he played a key role in the organization of the new American government and in the establishment of its foundational documents. Hancock's leadership helped to guide the early efforts of the Continental Congress and solidified his place in American history. After the Declaration of Independence, Hancock continued to serve in various political capacities. He was elected as the first and third governor of Massachusetts, holding the position from 1780 to 1785 and again from 1787 to 1793. During his time as governor, Hancock worked to stabilize the state following the turbulence of the Revolution. He was involved in efforts to strengthen the state's economy and to ensure the success of the new government. Hancock also played a role in the development of the U.S. Constitution. He was one of the leading figures in Massachusetts' ratification of the document, although he initially hesitated to support it due to concerns over the lack of a Bill of Rights. However, after some negotiations and promises of amendments, Hancock lent his support to the Constitution, helping to ensure its passage. Hancock's health began to decline in the early 1790s, and he died on October 8, 1793, at the age of 56. He was buried in the Granary Burying Ground in Boston, where many other prominent figures from the Revolutionary era were laid to rest. His legacy, however, lives on, and his contributions to the founding of the United States are still celebrated today. John Hancock's legacy is one of courage, leadership, and commitment to the cause of liberty. From his early days as a merchant and politician to his pivotal role in the Continental Congress and his signature on the Declaration of Independence, Hancock's actions helped to shape the course of American history. His leadership during the Revolution and his role in the creation of the United States government made him one of the most influential figures of his time. Today, Hancock is remembered as a symbol of American independence and the bold defiance of tyranny. His name, synonymous with the act of signing a document, has become part of the lexicon of American history. Yet beyond his famous signature, Hancock's political acumen, his commitment to his fellow colonists, and his enduring legacy as a champion of liberty continue to inspire generations of Americans. In the story of the American Revolution, John Hancock's life stands as a testament to the courage and determination that ultimately led to the birth of a nation. If you are enjoying this content, please like and subscribe.